Good morning students. Today we will learn class 9 biology chapter Why do you fall ill? Topic is infectious agents and means of spread. Infectious agents. So what are infectious agents? Students, infectious agents are those microbes which cause disease or disease causing microbes are called infectious agents. Diseases which are caused by infectious agents are called infectious diseases. These diseases, students, they are spread when a healthy person come in contact with sick person. So a sick person or infected person body has microbes, that is infectious agents. So when a healthy person come in contact with the infected person, then the infectious agent they are transmitted from the body of infected person to a healthy person. So these infectious agents, they may be bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa and worm. And these infectious agents, they cause different types of diseases. Let us learn some of the diseases caused by infectious agent. For example, the first infectious agent is virus. Virus cause dengue fever, common cold. Bacteria cause cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis. Fungi causes skin diseases like ringworm. Protozoa, which is also an infectious agent, it causes malaria, Kala Azar. Worms causes Ascaris elephantiasis diseases. Why do we need to understand the characteristics of these infectious agents? Students, we have discussed that the infectious agents are those microbes which produce disease or which cause disease. So if we know the characteristics or the feature of these infectious agents, then it is easy for us to treat the diseases caused by them. So then it is also easy for us to know which medicine would work on these infectious agents. So the some common characteristics of infectious agents are, first one is the virus. Student, virus, they are present on the borderline of living and non-living. They are living only when they enter into the body of host. So the viruses, they live inside the host cells. Next is virus, bacteria and fungi multiply quickly. So from these things we can come to know that virus, bacteria as well as the fungi, they are multiply very fast. Next is worms. Worms, as compared to the virus, bacteria and fungi, they do not multiply quickly. So from these common characteristics of infectious agents, it is easy for us to treat the diseases caused by them in a better way. Now next one is, what is the meaning of antibiotics? Antibiotic, students, these are the chemical substances which we obtain from certain microorganisms. And these chemicals or these antibiotics, they are used to kill bacteria and some other microorganisms. For example, penicillin and the streptomycin. So the antibiotics, these are the chemicals, okay, which we get from the microorganism, and these chemicals, they block the biochemical pathways which are important for bacteria. So these antibiotics, they are used to cure the diseases which are caused by bacteria and other micropathogens. Next is how penicillin can help fight against bacteria. Penicillin, student, it is a antibiotic, and the antibiotics are the drugs which are used to cure diseases caused by bacteria. So this penicillin, this is the antibiotic, it stops the growth of bacteria. It prevents the bacteria to multiply because this penicillin, it blocks the biochemical pathway which is important for bacteria for the formation of cell wall. As bacteria outer membrane is made up of, or it is cell wall. Okay, to form cell wall, the bacteria needs some materials. So this penicillin, that is an antibiotic, it stops that material to form. So bacteria will not be able to form the cell wall. Okay, so the walls are necessary to protect the bacteria from their environment, and it is an outer membrane, so it also keep the content of the bacterial cell together. So bacteria cannot survive without a cell wall. So this penicillin antibiotic, students, these are most effective when bacteria are actively multiplying and forming the cell walls. Next is antibiotics are not effective against viruses. As we have discussed that antibiotics, these are the medicine which block the metabolic pathway of the pathogens like bacteria and some protozoa, and then they destroy them also. But the metabolic pathway in viruses, students, they are very few and they are not same as that of bacteria. In viruses, there are no cell wall is present and their metabolic pathway is totally different from the bacteria. So that is why this antibiotic drugs do not work against viral infection. Infectious diseases. The other name of infectious diseases are communicable diseases. The diseases which can be transferred from one person to another person are called infectious diseases. These diseases, students, they are caused by the attack of infectious agents like bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. So these microbes, they are responsible for transferring the diseases, okay, from sick person to a healthy person. So that is why it is called as the communicable disease. For example, the virus, which is an infectious agent, it causes chicken pox, AIDS, dengue, fever, cold, etc. While the bacteria cause typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, protozoa cause malaria, kala azars. So infectious diseases are those diseases which can be communicated from sick person to healthy person. Next is non-infectious diseases. Non-infectious diseases, another name is non-communicable diseases. These diseases which are, or you can say the infectious diseases, are not transmitted from sick person to the healthy person. Okay, and these diseases are not caused by pathogens like bacteria, virus are the examples. So non-infectious diseases, they are not caused by infectious agents. The main reason of non-infectious diseases are like it is due to the personal hygiene, environmental factor, genetic disorders. Due to these, the non-infectious diseases are caused. For example, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, chronic lung disease, etc. are the examples of non-infectious diseases, because these are the diseases which are not transferred from sick person to healthy person, and the transfer, these are not transfer, so there are no microbes are involved to transfer these diseases. Modes of transmission of disease. Students, infectious diseases are transmitted from person to person by direct or indirect contact. So there are two different ways by which infectious diseases can be transmitted. One is by direct contact with a sick person or an infected person, and second is through indirect contact with infected person. These infectious disease, students, as we have discussed, that they are caused by infectious agents like virus, bacteria, fungi and some worms. So in direct contact, you can see here, so when we come in direct contact, when we touch the infected person, okay, and through the sexually transmitted disease also, the person get disease. Indirect contact, like when you eat unhygienic food and through the different vectors the disease get transmitted. So the infectious agents, they are transmitted by two different ways. One is by direct contact, another is through indirect contact. There are different ways by which the infectious diseases spread. First one is through air. Now students, when a sick person or an unhealthy or the infected person, okay, so when an infected person sneezes or cough, so the little droplets are thrown in air. And if a healthy person breathes that air, then the infectious agent which are present in the air, okay, it enters into his body. So this way the healthy person catch the infection and then it get disease. So different diseases like tuberculosis, common cold, pneumonia, influenza, they are caused or they are spread through air. Next is through water. So water, student, as you know that it is one of the most important thing. Okay, without water we cannot survive. So if we are not taking clean water, then there is more chance that we can get the disease. So when the excreta of an infected person are thrown near the water source, then that it get mixed with the drinking water and make it polluted. So when we drink such water, then the microbes which are present in the infected water, it enters into our body, that is in the healthy body, and then the diseases, that is the waterborne diseases, are spread. That is a cholera, dysentery, hepatitis. Next is through sexual contact. Students, some diseases like AIDS, syphilis, okay, they spread when an infected person make sexual contact with healthy person. So during sexual contact, the virus and the bacteria which cause these sexually transmitted diseases, they spread. Next is through vectors. So what is the meaning of vectors? Vectors are the disease carrying animals. So many diseases are carried from an infected person to a healthy person through animals. So such animals are called vector. Disease carrying animals are called vector. For example, the malaria. Malaria is a disease which is caused by the protozoa, and it is carried or it is present in the female Anopheles mosquito. So the female Anopheles mosquito, it carries the protozoa which causes malaria. Next is again the mosquito, female Aedes mosquito, it spread dengue. Another way of transmitting the infectious disease is through food articles. So food articles, especially students, which are sold roadside, they may be highly infectious. So as you know that the insects and the flies, they may carry the disease pathogen from open excreta to the food article and make them infected. So when a healthy person, students, eat such type of food, then he may get infected. Diseases like cholera and dysentery, they spread through infected food articles. So now next are the different types of diseases which are air, water and sexually transmitted diseases and their example. So airborne diseases, the diseases which are spread through air are common cold, influenza, measles, tuberculosis. Diseases which are spread through water are cholera, typhoid, hepatitis and dysentery is also an example of waterborne disease. Sexually transmitted diseases are AIDS, syphilis, and animal-borne disease is rabies. I hope all of you understood today's topic. Thank you.